Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday. I made a promise to you almost 2 years ago when I started my MCFC YouTube channel that I would grade and review every single offer that came into the contest, no matter how big or how small. Now, normally, this is pretty exciting, you know? I get to review the really big stuff like July 4th and Cyber Monday, or the medium stuff like, say, a Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst Fragment Shard Bundle. But today is going to test my patience because no one's going to watch this, as it's an offer that, it's one of the smallest we've seen. But there's a reason why it's one of the smallest we've seen, and that is the Rank Up Booster Pack. And when it says Rank Up, it doesn't mean 5 stars. It doesn't mean 4 stars. Definitely doesn't mean 6 stars. It maybe doesn't even mean 3 stars. What this really should say is a 2-star Rank Up Booster Pack, because you get Tier 1 Basics and Tier 1 Class Catalysts and Tier 2 Class Catalysts, all of which you need for 2 stars, but that's about it. You also get some experience points boosts, so of course, Kabam is going to insist that the people who need this are beginners, because they aren't level 60, they need experience, and they probably don't have the champions to get the experience points boost by themselves, which easily come in so many daily and weekly crystals that you can get on your own for completing milestones. So you also get 10,000 gold, which, I guess is better than nothing, though it's pretty easy to sell some ISO and get 10,000 gold. And then you know it's bad when, the picturesque, biggest picture of all is the Tier 2 Basic Catalyst. 5 of those. Now, most people can easily grind not only Tier 2 Basic Catalysts, but also Tier 1 Basics and Tier 2 Class Catalyst and Tier 1 Class Catalyst. If this was truly going to be a good deal for beginners, they would get to choose their class of choice in both Tier 1 and Tier 2s. Then I'd say for 200 units, go for it. But unfortunately, they can't. And keep in mind, 200 units is not a ton of units, but with that being said, if you were to try to get 200 units on your own, it's still more than $5. You know, it's still more than... it's somewhere between Peter Parker's wallet and Star-Lord's loot bags. Really, it's like $7, $8 worth of units. And so for $8 worth of units for beginners, you should be able to choose your classes. And instead in this, you're going to get the Class Catalyst Crystal. That's a 1 out of 6 RNG. And I have seen too many times, time and time again, especially for Tier 4 Class Catalyst Crystals, that the game likes to give you the classes that you already have in your inventory, knowing all the crystals that you've opened before, because it keeps track of your account with their independent algorithm. So if you're a beginner and you're trying to, say, rank up, I don't know, like a 2-star Star-Lord, you're probably not going to get a bunch of tech. You're going to get other things if you really need tech. So I think this is a 99-cent bundle. I think this is at most a 100-unit bundle, but really this is a 50-unit bundle, right? This is for 50 units. Give the beginners a great opportunity. If I'm Kabam, and this is really who I'm targeting, I want people to keep playing this game. I want to give them as many opportunities to fall in love with this game as possible, because with any game, there's a high rate of turnover because people get burnt out easily. It's overwhelming. And there's a lot to figure out when you download this game between Alliance Quest, Alliance War, Event Quest, Act Quest, Catalyst, etc. It's so confusing. When I try to explain this to people, they look at me like I'm crazy and like I'm the biggest nerd in the world talking about a periodic table of elements, which I guess the more you think of it, the more MCFC kind of is its own periodic table of elements. So I would rank this at 50 units for beginners, or 99 cents in the unit store. Instead, somewhere between $5 and $10 worth of units. It is a horrible value, especially given that July 4th is right around the corner. Even for beginners, this is overpriced. I would say if you download the game this week and you really don't have the means to get any of these items, I guess it's like a C-, but for everybody else, it's a big fat F and really is far too overpriced, especially in 2019. I'm going to go upload this. No one's going to watch it, but I made a promise, and in this world, you are only as good as your word, and so I want to keep reviewing everything.